Fellow Nigerians, Merry Christmas to you, and I also wish you Happy New Year in advance. Um, so, that is by the way. You can say I'm actually not celebrating, even though um, I should be doing that. And if I want to do that, I can actually do that, but I'm not celebrating because there's something more important that I think we should be discussing, regarding what is going on in Nigeria. Um, so, this is one platform I'm using to talk to the government of Nigeria and to talk to the people. The other platform I'm actually going to talk about will be um, the musicians. Now I'm referring to Burna Boy, I'm referring to Davido, Wizkid, Ashake, and the likes. Use your music to propagate development in Nigeria. See, you have nothing to lose. Whatever it is that you are getting now, it's your hard work. Nigerian government has no input really in it. So, what is going on in Nigeria? What is the way forward? I think you guys should come up with music, and yeah, use this to promote what is going on in Nigeria. Okay, so that is that about that. Now let's focus on the government and the people. President Tinubu, I believe in you, and up to now, I still believe in you. But I think I have seen some gray areas where you might likely be failing, and at the end of the day, you might fail. You see, when OBJ came into office, he is one personality that would have actually fixed everything. But when he came in, he started focusing on things that were not relevant. They were not actually meaningful to any development. And I think you're also getting into things like that right now. The Wiki issue. What is your issue with River State? You see, when you go into that, to someone like me, I feel you're already working towards winning the next election. But guess what? You don't have to struggle for the next election if you actually do well in office this time around. Okay? So forget about Wiki, forget about what is going on in River State. Just make sure that the only role you have to play there is to make sure that things go on smoothly. Allow the governor to do his job. Okay? Godfatherism is what is playing out, and you are getting involved in that, and that is not good. Leave River State. Concentrate on your job. Okay? Now, let's go to the areas of your job. I think the best we can get from you is what I can describe as what is going on in Russia. Because there are two types of development or developed countries. I will give Russia as an example, and I will give United States or Germany as an example. Okay? Now, you have the kind of development where the country is developed and everybody within that society, they are all carried along. They are all doing well except you're lazy. Okay? So that is the kind of development you see in a country like America. But when you look at a place like Russia, when you look at a place like South Korea, you see, these are developed countries as well. But not everybody in that society is carried along, sorry. Okay? So that is the thing I think is going on in Nigeria for now, where you're just talking to foreigners, you're talking to foreign investors to come and invest in Nigeria. Okay, so when they come, the only people that will benefit from them will be those who are relevant to whatever they will be coming with. But there's something you can do that will carry everyone along, and that is the kind of development we want in Nigeria. We don't want the kind of development where really, truly, the country is developed, but are people actually benefiting from it? Okay, we're not talking about where you have the railway system, where you have 24 hours electricity, where you have some basic things happening, in the country. But how do they make money from it? How are they sure that whatever they do, they'll be supported legally? And if anybody is trying to rip them off, how can they be sure that the law will listen to them? This is the kind of things you should be doing also at this moment. And for me, anyone who wants to fix a country, should actually be looking at the policing system. Go to any country in the world. I give an instance, go to India. By the time you look at the policing system, that can tell you what India is like. So you can tell that one, it's underdeveloped. Two, the law is actually not working in that system, and anybody can manipulate anyone. So you want to fix the policing system. You come to the US, you go to Russia, you go to um, Germany, you go to the UK. When you look at the policing system, you can also tell what that society is all about. For instance, even look at Russia or South Korea. When you go there, you see that the allegiance is towards a particular man. So that means that man can dictate whatever he needs to happen in his country for his own selfish gain. So that is what you see in a place like South Korea or Russia. We don't want that. We want a situation whereby the system, when it comes to policing, is actually protecting everyone. So fix the policing system. Then the judiciary, empower them. You see, when you do these two, combined with every other thing you're doing, then you will discover that Nigeria will become a solid country. But as per you going abroad, talking to investors to come in, and you don't have structures, no, no. At best, what you will do is there will be development in Nigeria, but not everybody will be gaining from it. But we don't want that. So fix the policing system and let that be guaranteed that the law will actually protect everyone. And then the judiciary strengthen them. When you do these two, every other thing you're doing, fine. We leave that aside again. Let's go to the third thing. Now, this is one thing that can destroy your government. Godfatherism. You're already working towards that, okay? The issue of Wike in Rivers State. Why are you meddling in it? Why are you meddling in it? Leave that. Let the governor govern the state the best possible way he can. They voted for him. So let him do his job. Wike should remove his influence. He's no longer the governor. He is the minister of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. He should be doing his job. So when you start doing that, someone like me will feel like you're already planning towards winning the next election. And that is going to tear you apart, I'm telling you. You don't have to struggle, President Tinubu. You don't have to struggle to win another election in Nigeria if you can do this right. Because what it means is everyone who voted for you will still be with you. And then you're also going to get votes from people who didn't believe you in the first instance. Why don't you just do the needful? Just do it. It doesn't cost anything. Okay? Now, because of time, I'm just going to jump right into another issue, which I think is going to actually kill you. This is going to kill you, and it's actually where I have my fears. Emefiele, we know all that is going on now. How much is told? We have Jezeni there. How much is told? She said the present governor of Zamfara State was given $9 billion or something. We have that kind of person as a governor. It's not just these two people. There are a lot of them in political parties in Nigeria, and you know them. But in this case, you guys will choose to deal with the ones you don't like. You guys will choose to use the law against the one that is not in your good books. You don't have to do all that. Please, if you want to fix Nigeria, even if you don't want to make this public, look for a way for them to return all they've stolen. Something is very, very clear here. Even though Buhari cried before he became the president, and why he cried was because he feels Nigeria is very, very rich. There's no need for anyone to be suffering in Nigeria. But he came in and he bastardized the whole system. There was a lot of corruption under Buhari. Tinubu, if you want to help Nigeria, 3 things that you should be doing. Recover some of this stolen loot. Fix the policing system. The judiciary, empower them. And stop meddling in affairs that will promote your next election. If you do this, Nigeria will be a very good country. And it's just the only way forward. I'm telling you, Nigerian leaders are stealing. Tinubu, you guys should stop. It's an embarrassment. You are embarrassing the whole country. Thank you. And I wish you safe